At a college reunion party, she faced me and said, "I found someone better. He actually has ambition." I said, "Happy for you." When her Newman asked to meet his new boss who owned the company he just joined, her definition of better changed. I 31 male wasn't even planning to go to the reunion, but my buddy Miguel convinced me, said it would be good for networking since I'd been doing well. Understatement, but whatever. Walking into that hotel ballroom Saturday night felt like time travel. Same people, just with more expensive clothes and receding hairlines. I was at the bar getting a beer when Victoria approached, my ex from senior year. We dated for 2 years. She dumped me right after graduation because I lacked vision and was going nowhere with my computer science degree and no job lined up at a Fortune 500. She looked good, I'll give her that. Designer dress, professional highlights, the works. "Daniel, wow, you actually showed up," she said, that familiar condescending tone still intact. "Hey Victoria." "Yeah," Miguel twisted my arm. She laughed, that fake laugh she used to do at my jokes. Still hanging with Miguel. Some things never change, huh? Before I could respond, this guy appeared next to her. Tall, suited up, aggressively firm handshake. "Preston Montgomery," he announced like I should know who he was. "He must be one of Vicky's college friends." "Something like that," I said. Victoria grabbed his arm, practically glowing. "Preston just got hired at Nexus Solutions, senior analyst position. They're the hottest tech startup in the state right now." I almost choked on my beer. "Nexus Solutions. You've heard of them?" Preston puffed up. "Not surprised. We just closed Series B funding. 30 million. The CEO is some wonderkind, built the whole thing from nothing. That's the kind of ambition I respect, you know. That's why I left my last company. Want to learn from the best." Victoria turned to me with this smirk. "I found someone better. He actually has ambition. Preston's going places. No offense, Dan, but some of us need partners who match our energy." "Happy for you," I said, taking another sip. "So what are you up to these days?" Preston asked, clearly just being polite. "Still in tech." "Yeah, still in tech." Victoria laughed. "Dan's being modest. He probably does IT support somewhere. He was always good with computers. Just never had the killer instinct for business." "Nothing wrong with IT support," Preston said magnanimously. "Every company needs tech guys." I smiled. True. They spent the next 10 minutes talking about Preston's career trajectory, his plans to climb the ladder, how he was going to make big moves at Nexus. Victoria kept shooting me these looks like, "See what you could have been." Finally, Preston said, "You know, we should connect on LinkedIn. Always good to know tech people. Never know when you might need help with your laptop, right?" He laughed at his own joke. "Sure," I said, pulling out my phone. "What's your email?" He gave it to me, and I sent him a connection request on the spot. When he accepted, his face went through several expressions in rapid succession. Confusion. Recognition. Horror. You're DJ Winters." "That's my professional name, yeah. Daniel James, DJ." Victoria looked between us. "What's wrong, babe?" Preston was staring at his phone, then at me, then back at his phone. "You're the CEO. You're the CEO of Nexus Solutions." The silence was beautiful. Victoria laughed nervously. "That's not, Preston, that doesn't make sense." "Your profile," Preston said weakly, showing her his phone. "CEO and founder Nexus Solutions, 2019 to present." I finished my beer. I should go find Miguel. "Nice seeing you both." "Preston, I'll see you Monday at the office. We have that all hands at 9, right?" I walked away, leaving them standing there. As I left, I heard Victoria's voice, shrill. "Why didn't you tell me you were successful?" "You never asked." I called back without turning. "You just assumed." Update 1. Monday was interesting. Preston showed up to the all-hands meeting looking like he hadn't slept. Sat in the very back, trying to be invisible. I ran the meeting like normal. Quarterly goals, new client wins, upcoming projects, didn't single him out or anything. I'm not that petty. After the meeting, he tried to corner me in the hallway. Dan, Mr. Winters, sir. Dan's fine. We're not that formal here. About Saturday night. What about it? I didn't know. Victoria never mentioned. Mentioned what? That her college ex started a company. Why would she? We haven't spoken in 9 years. He shifted uncomfortably. She's been calling the office. Has she? I knew she had. Reception had already told me. 17 calls since Monday morning. She wants to have lunch, the three of us, to clear the air. I'm good, thanks. But you're welcome to bring your girlfriend to the company picnic next month if you're still together by then. That came out harsher than I intended. But Preston just nodded and scurried away. Tuesday, Victoria showed up at the office. Reception called me. Mr. Winters, there's a Victoria Hendricks here. Says she's Preston Montgomery's partner and needs to speak with you urgently about his employment. His employment? She says there's been a misunderstanding that needs to be resolved. I came down to the lobby myself. Victoria was there in what I can only describe as her power outfit. The one she used to wear to internship interviews. We need to talk, she said immediately. About Preston. About his position here. About us. There is no us, Victoria. Hasn't been for 9 years. Don't be like this. You're being petty. How am I being petty? Preston's a good analyst. His work speaks for itself. His personal life is none of my business. You know what I mean. This is weird for everyone. It's only weird if you make it weird. I run a company of 150 people. I don't have time for drama. She stepped closer. We could make this work, you know. All of us. I could be an asset. I have my MBA now. I know people. I could help with business development. Are you asking me for a job? I'm saying we could be useful to each other. Victoria, I'm going to be very clear. Preston has a job here based on his qualifications. You and I have no relationship, professional or otherwise. If you keep showing up here, I'll have to ask security to escort you out. Are we clear? Her face went red. You've changed. Yeah, I found my ambition. Have a good day, Victoria. Update 2. Preston resigned Thursday. Sent an email at 11 p.m. effective immediately. Very professional. Cited personal reasons and new opportunities. I approved it. Wished him well. Had HR process his final paycheck with the standard 2-week severance even though he didn't give notice. Friday afternoon, I get a call from my head of sales, Terrence. Yo, DJ. Weird question. Did your ex's boyfriend just work here? Briefly. Why? Because she's been calling our client. Says she's from Nexus Solutions Business Development Division. What? Yeah, Brandon at TechFlow just forwarded me an email. She's pitching consulting services and dropping your name. Says you go way back. I pulled up the email Terrence forwarded. Victoria had created a whole email signature. Victoria Hendricks, Strategic Consultant, Nexus Solutions Partner Network. We don't have a partner network. I called our lawyer. Send a cease and desist. Now. That weekend the messages started. Not from Victoria. She was too smart for that. From her friends. People I hadn't heard from since college. Hey, Dan. Heard you and Victoria had a misunderstanding. Don't you think you're overreacting? She's just trying to make a living. Block them all. Then Preston texted me. I'm sorry about Victoria. I didn't know she was doing that. We're not together anymore. She said if I didn't quit, she'd make both our lives hell. Said you owed her for stealing her success. I don't even know what that means. I didn't respond, but I did feel bad for the guy. He seemed decent enough. Just got caught up in Victoria's drama. Monday morning, another surprise. Email from Victoria's lawyer. She was claiming I'd verbally offered her a position at the company during our meeting. Her showing up uninvited at my office. And that I'd reneged on the offer, causing her significant financial and reputational damage. My lawyer laughed. Actually laughed. She knows you have security footage of the lobby, right? With audio. We sent the footage. Her lawyer dropped her within 48 hours. Update 3. The entitlement escalation reached new heights. Victoria started a LinkedIn campaign. Posted this long article about women in tech being pushed out by vindictive exes in power. No names, but enough details that people who knew us figured it out quickly. The comments were not what she expected. Miguel, bless him, commented, interesting fiction. I was there when you dumped him for lacking ambition. Now he's successful and you want credit. That's wild. Other college classmates chimed in. Didn't you literally tell everyone at graduation that Dan would never amount to anything? Girl, you called him a future basement dweller at the senior barbecue. We all remember. Piss you. With a screenshot of her old Facebook post from graduation day. Finally free from dead weight. Ready to date someone with actual goals. She deleted the post within hours, but screenshots were already circulating. Then came the real kicker. She applied for a job at Ventura Tech, our biggest competitor. Put on her resume that she'd been a strategic consultant for Nexus Solutions. They called me for a reference. I have no record of Victoria Hendricks ever being employed by Nexus Solutions in any capacity, I told them. We did send her a cease and desist for falsely claiming association with our company. They thanked me for my time. Later heard through the grapevine that she'd told them in the interview she could bring over insider knowledge from Nexus. They showed her the door immediately. Final update. The reunion committee reached out last week. They're planning a newsletter feature on successful alumni and wanted to interview me about Nexus Solutions. I agreed, did a quick phone interview about building the company, our mission, upcoming expansion. The interview went live yesterday. Nice little piece about going from uncertain graduate to successful CEO. They mentioned the Series B funding, our client list, the new office we're opening. Victoria commented on the online version. So proud to see how far we've all come since college. It's amazing what can happen when you have the right support system. Someone replied, "Ma'am, you dumped him at graduation." She deleted her comment. Preston reached out one last time. He's at a new company now, doing well. Said Victoria had been telling everyone they were taking a break, even though he'd broken up with her the day he quit Nexus. She'd been showing up at his apartment at weird hours, leaving gifts with notes about power couples and building empires together. He had to get building security involved. "I'm sorry for what happened," he wrote. "I had no idea she had history with you. She told me you were just some guy she barely knew from college. Finding out you were my CEO was shocking. Finding out she dumped you for lacking ambition was ironic, doesn't even cover it." I wrote back, "No hard feelings. Good luck at the new gig." He replied, "Thanks. For what it's worth, you dodged a bullet." She spent our entire relationship talking about networking and leveraging connections, but never actually wanted to work. Just wanted to be adjacent to success. Yesterday I got a text from an unknown number. Had to be Victoria. The writing style was unmistakable. "You could have had it all. We could have built that company together. You needed me to push you to become this. The least you could do is acknowledge that. But you're too proud now. When you're alone at the top, remember who believed in you first." I didn't respond, but I did laugh. She never believed in me. She believed in an imaginary version of me that would somehow become successful without ambition, drive, or vision. The very things she said I lacked. The truth is simpler. I built Nexus because I wanted to prove to myself that I could. Not to her. Not to anyone else. Just me. The kid who got dumped for lacking ambition turned out to have plenty. Just not the kind that announces itself in designer suits and networking events. Last I heard, Victoria's back, living in her hometown, working at her dad's real estate firm. Still posting motivational quotes about knowing your worth and cutting out toxic people on Instagram. Preston's doing great at his new company. Even sent me a holiday card thanking me for handling everything professionally. As for me, Nexus just closed Series C, 50 million. We're hiring 50 more people this quarter. And yes, I still grab beers with Miguel every Friday. Because some things, the good things, really don't need to change. Funny thing about ambition, it doesn't always look like what people expect. Sometimes it looks like a quiet guy coding in his apartment, building something real while his ex is out there chasing the appearance of success. She was right about one thing though. I did find my ambition. Just took me removing her from my life to realize it was there all along.